everybody. So maybe we're seeing some people. I don't know. Hi. Hopefully you can see a terminal. So we've got a handful of things we want to go over today, but this might actually be worth showing off. I have a list of basically a bunch of old clusters that we have not needed to clean up. And I did it a really hard way. So I thought I could show off everyone here because Paul made fun of me just now, me not being able to do it. Well, hello, Christian. Hopefully you'll learn some stuff today. This is something I can never, ever, ever remember, which is how to do a simple for loop in Bash. So if you look, I do have a nice little snippet here, which is just var and stuff do something, which seems great and all. But if you had a whole list of things, for instance, let's go ahead and comment this out real fast. Oops. If I could type properly, sorry, give me a second. All right, that is not happy. We'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so let's say we have this var stuff, this little list right here. I'll do this again. Var in stuff do something, right? So if I just wanted to do echo $var. So if you do this, we come over here and I do bash blah, you'll see that it echoes out stuff. Cool, right? So funny, Christian. Emacs is just, I know where all the key bindings are, but I do have Vim too. As you can see, there you go. I could do in Vim, but I just know where all the key the key bindings are because I've been doing Emacs way too long. But let's say, for instance, something that always drives me crazy is if I wanted to do a list of numbers. So it's not this. So I thought it was. So if you do this, it gets really, really angry, as you can see there. What you want to do is you want to remove the quotes around it, and you'll end up getting it that way. Excuse me for a second. And then, as you can see, we're now echoing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can take it one step farther, actually, and go back to this guy and say, I want to do 1 through 99. Now, if this is correct, we should see 1 through 99. Wait a second, that's not right. This is when you actually need the quotes around it, or the parentheses. Oh, maybe not. Okay, again, this is why I can never seem to get this right. Now with the curly braces, there we go. Now we have 1 through 99. So it's just one of those weird for loop things that for whatever reason, I can never seem to remember how to do this. So what we've done is we've gotten this whole list of things because we're just doing lists. We don't have to do the, we don't actually have to do the numbers again because we're just taking a bunch of random names here. And then we're going to push it into the IBM cloud. We're going to delete all these clusters and actually force delete the storage. So as you'll see here, actually what we should really do is, because we're going to be good citizens, I'm going to delete the cluster named $I, and then you can do little arrows or whatever, and then it'll actually tell me what's going on. So when I run this, blah, we are now actually going out and delete. Man, so the first one that got cut off, that's a problem. So we can deal with that later. CZ, you're on mute. But as you can see, we are actually doing other ones now. Obviously, this is repeatable. Oh, so Christian came out with, if you have a list on your file, you can do this and get that done. Let me see that real quick. So if we do a list in a file, do a for I path to list echo. So every time I've seen that, what I've done is for I in cat list text do echo $I done. Now, is it because I'm calling another application here? So his suggestion is just using the shell. Would that be more efficient?
It's effectively the same thing. I think you just reach for what's more comfortable for you.
Okay.
Because your dollar parentheses is the functional equivalent of backticking, right? Like that's the way you're supposed to backtick in modern Bash is to use dollar parentheses.
Oh, that's true. Yes,
right?
That is just a force of habit.
And so he's running a command just as you are, except his command is just grabbing the output from that file, which is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So functionally, there's no difference. There's potentially a performance difference because you're using something that's Bash native versus calling out to cat, which is an external program. But for what you're doing, like, who cares?
Yeah, yeah. And I was going to say, just to what you just said too, Christian did say you don't need to fork a cat, and I believe I should always fork a cat. This feels like no.
I've always said you're a cat forker.
There you go. There you go. There it is. There it is. All right, cool. Well, again, this was just kind of one of those things that I was doing before the stream, and I figured this would actually be really good to put on the stream because God knows I forget this all the time. I've actually discovered, where is it? This little something, it's a cheat sheet, believe it or not, that has saved my butt so many times. This it basically has all the different ways of doing the stuff. Like, honestly, nobody remembers the brace expansions. Nobody ever does. And if you do, you use Bash way too much. You can do substitutions in it. Like, it has everything you need. This has been a godsend. I'm going to throw this in the chat. No joke. This has made life so much easier. Things have just happened.
Cool little internet website you found there. I will probably be using that myself.
Really? Just like developer.ibm.com, maybe?
Oh, that's my Yahoo portal homepage.
There you go. Oh, that's good stuff. It's good stuff. Awesome. So, CZ, what are we doing today? As you're eating. Ha, I caught you.
We're eating a late lunch because the way we deal with stay-at-home orders is to just schedule meetings all day, every day for everybody.
It's true.
Because you're just at home all day doing nothing, so you might as well sit in meetings, right?
I mean, that's what I do. It's exactly what I do.
Right? We have to invent pretend meetings like Twitch streams just so we can try and get some work done.
It's true. Like, when else are you going to do actual engineering time or like learn how to use the technology you're supposed to be talking to people?
JJ, have a look at the bash you just wrote. I'm not sure we can call that engineering time.
Oh, boo. Boo. Oh, that's just mean now.
Yeah, just trying to remain on brand.
Oh, that's good stuff. But yes, so we are going back into the Kubernetes ecosystem. Last week, CZ decided to, and I decided to try to get some SSL certs working with Let's Encrypt on our Hugin installation that we had running, and it was unsuccessful. I think that's the best word to describe it, which is fine. I mean, that's the whole point of learning how to do this stuff, is that we want to show that sometimes these things just don't work how we think they do.
I would not say we were unsuccessful. We did get DNS working, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely a
win. Wait. We got DNS working? Is that even possible?
Well, yeah, that's questionable. But we achieved what we wanted to with DNS. Mm-hmm. We fell down some rabbit holes with Cert-Manager. But I think we ended up pretty close, so I don't see why we couldn't wrap that up today. But
Sounds
before we
good.
wrap that up, we have to do something about
Oh,
your childlike use of Kubernetes.
it's true.
Before we do anything at all,
Mhm.
I want you to open up an internet web browser.
All right, I'm
Was it
going to open
Microsoft?
up,
Was it Microsoft Edgelord? Is that the new thing we're supposed to use?
and I'm going to use the thing called Safari, I think it is.
Safari.
Safari, or
Ooh,
I thought it was going to.
how
It went
exotic.
away. There we go. Safari.
Okay,
Yes.
so we have a couple of apps that we want to have that are really going to like make your Kubernetes usage experience much, much nicer. They are kubectx and kubeNS. Yeah.
All right.
And I believe they're now like part of the same thing. And oh, look, there was a website.
This is Kube NES, Kube
Yeah.
NES, and kubectx.
Is that blue install where you click to get it installed?
I believe so.
All right, let's do it.
Homebrew.
Oh, here we go.
There's plugins.
Kubectl plugins. That's fancy.
Wow, we're getting deep
But
here.
let's use Homebrew, and that way we can also get some Nokogiri.
Yes, there we go. It's the only way to do it, right? Or at least it's not Haskell now, right? Isn't all the cool kids using Haskell? I don't fully know. I know that's I actually found a Docker file linter written in Haskell. Because yes? Question mark?
Why not?
Okay, so already this is weird. It downloaded another Kubernetes CLI for me because I think I already had kubectl.
Maybe it's just upgrading it, or do you have kubectl installed a different way?
I must have already put it somewhere else.
Anyway, that's good. That's getting your version 1.18.2.
Yeah. To force the link and override all conflicting files. So then I'll just use brew from now on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's what you do. You just do brew update and walk away and pour yourself a drink and cry for a little while. And then
it's good enough for Maddie Stratton. It's good enough for me.
There you go. There you go.
I think I actually saw now that they actually have ported brew to Linux.
Really?
So I believe I can get some brew love in my life as well. Why I would when I could just do like curl bash, I don't know, but you know.
Well, you do a Docker run -it app name slash app
dash privileged dash v //
Exactly. That's how you're supposed to. Like, isn't the Jesse Frizzell thing or something? I don't know. So here's a good question. Miner 16, Miner 18. My servers. Is it always backwards compatible? I think that's what I'm trying to get to. Is this question?
I mean, it's YOLO compatible.
Mm-hmm.
You can just like eat it in there and hope it works.
Oh, okay. It's real speaking the real language now. Yeet.
Yeah. Me. I have to learn these things because I mean, you and my grandparents might be using Twitch, but I use TikTok. I do all my streams in 20-second videos on TikTok. And so I need to know about YOLOs and yeets.
There you go. There you go. So kubectl version. Okay, we're back to that. It did not like, should I do these plugins?
Well, no, you don't need, because you install them using brew, right?
Oh, so this is the brew pulls that into?
Yeah, so it's giving you options.
Got it.
And then what shell do you use?
I just use bash. I tried using ZSH for a long time, but I just went back to bash.
You don't use Z shell?
Well, I mean, you want to see my Z shell RC? I spent so long on that thing that eventually I got annoyed with the scripting language. I was scripting everything in bash, but my shell was CSH. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to bash. It's just easier. And I have just like a bash RC that I just dump places.
You don't run scripts in CSH.
I started to. Yeah.
Anyway, it sounds like you make lots of poor life decisions.
It's accurate.
But there are some bash completion scripts, so you can go and grab those.
It already put it in there for me, according to this.
Oh, snap.
Hmm.
And are you using the Kube
PS1
thing here? Yeah.
So I did for a little while. I moved away from it because it was always there, and I wasn't always like logged into a Kubernetes cluster, and I hated typing kube off or what it was to get rid of it because, as you can see, I like to have my terminal just really small. So,
Yeah. So what I do is I actually have a alias in my equivalent of bash RC that is just Kate's, and that will load up all the kube completion and all those other pieces, and it will load up the prompt and everything, and that way I can be regular day-to-day in my shell. I don't have all of that garbage, but when I want it, I can just load it up.
All right, that's reasonable. That's actually reasonable. So, and then also I can have it log into my Kubernetes cluster and all that jazz, because that is kind of annoying. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna take a note of that.
Yeah, let me give you
a
snippet.
Cadence bash C.
That's not all of it, but that's
Who's in Windows? Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Yep, awesome. I'll come back to that later.
It did it as a line, but you'll need multiple lines or semicolons, but you'll figure that out.
I'm not going to bring up on bash RC because I'm a bad human. I have a lot of keys and stuff in there that I'm not going to just delete from streaming. So we're not going to do that.
But why don't you, because we are going to be working on this, you should run that PS1 command. Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Look at that.
Awesome. That is pretty beautiful. Slick, man.
Now, I want you to type in kubectx.
kubectx. Whoa.
And so that gives you a list of all of your
namespaces.
No, clusters. Interesting.
No, these are namespaces.
Yeah. So, well, those are namespaces and clusters.
Clusters. Oh.
Because if you do kubeNS and hit enter, so that'll give you all the namespaces. So if you do kubeNS space Cert-Manager, yeah, and all your tab completion should be working too.
Yeah.
So now do kgetall or kubectl whichever. Right. And so now you don't have to specify the namespace.
Oh, right? Nice. Nice.
So, and that's, you can see in your prompt, it updated to say you're on this cluster in this namespace. And so you're almost always working in one namespace at a time, or you're just having a quick look at something in another namespace. And so this means you're not having to always type in -n and whatever.
Yep.
And then kubectx is the same thing, but for the contexts in your kube config. And so from what I'm looking at what you've got there, you probably have contexts specific to namespaces as well as clusters. And that's why you're seeing more show up there. So if you looked at your kube config, you would see probably all of that. Because you'll also notice that you're not seeing all of your namespaces. Like you're not seeing this under kubectx, you're not seeing a Cert-Manager namespace. So when you grab your credentials from IBM Cloud, you run a IBM Cloud get credentials command or something, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah. So what does that command look like? because it doesn't show any secrets.
Cluster config, this thing right here.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
that will download the
Pull
kube
down.
config, or it will update your kube config.
Correct.
Huh. I wonder where it's getting the namespacing from. Anyway, we don't need to worry about that right now.
Okay.
But I feel like we've just made your life easier. And so if you do CTX again, or kube CTX, sorry, I have CTX aliased. Now, how many of those clusters are still up?
I think only this one. Like, I feel like
that's interesting. I don't know where those others are coming from. You know what I would do?
What's that?
I would delete your kube config, and I would grab whatever clusters you still have, and that way it's nice and clean.
Kube underscore config, right? No.
Yeah, it should be in, usually, I don't know where it is on Mac, but it's in your home drive / .cube. Cube, and there's a config file usually.
That one?
Yeah, just be careful because it might put certs and stuff. So I would rm that. And then I would run your IBM get credentials command. Yeah, don't rm the cluster. All right, and so now run kube CTX.
There you go.
Yeah, and so that's what your kube CTX. Basically, any clusters you have configured in your kube config should show up there. And so if you had a second cluster, you could do kube CTX and put in that cluster, and it would switch you to use that cluster. So
you're telling me that every time I've done the kube cluster config by what we've just seen, it's just tacked on to the YAML file for the config every single time I've done this?
Yeah, I bet that's what's happened.
Wow, that's lazy.
Yeah.
It's really lazy. No worries. Cool.
All right. So now we're here. We can, where's our working directory for the Helm charts and everything we were working on? Let's try and remember where we're
at. What day was it? It was the
Thursday, 7 days ago.
16th?
Let's go with 16th.
There it is.
Okay. So so we got external DNS working. I'm trying to remember where we got to with certificates. Didn't we have it generating the certificates?
So
why don't we go to your Hugen namespace? So Kubernetes Hugen. No, Kubernetes, as in the tool we just installed. Why don't you do alias ns equals Kubernetes?
Yeah.
Just so it's easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Now do a kget certificate. Okay, so we have a certificate. Oh, that's right. We were having this issue where the ingress that Cert-Manager was creating wasn't actually routing through to the pod.
Yes.
So if you do a kget pods, I'm starting to remember where we were at.
Yes.
Yeah, so
it
we
was
had
this
that Acme
solver
pod.
Yeah.
And then we had the ingress for that Acme solver, so kget ingress. Yeah, and then when we were going to that ingress, we were getting that weird error.
So if we do a stern on this guy, we should see. No, we saw a six. No, no.
No, but remember the traffic isn't getting to that. So we're seeing the logs won't see anything because something's happening between the ingress and the service.
Hmm.
So if you look at do a kubectl get ingress and name the ingress cm.
Sorry, get ingress.
Get ingress and then cm. Can you? Is it tab completion working?
Nope.
Huh.
Maybe because I'm using an alias.
No, it should still be smart enough to work.
Oh, yep.
Oh, okay. Weird. Mine works with an alias. Anyways, and do a -o YAML. So we're looking at the host Hugen demo ashgarlabs.io should be going to the backend service CMACME HTTP solver service port 8089. So why don't you go ahead and do a curl of the host name and the URL, so Hugen demo ashgarlabs, and then that entire well-known. Yeah, so that gives us the unable to fetch upstream endpoints from service. And so if you do a kubectl get service of CMACME,
CM. That one?
Yep. All right, so that has a cluster IP, port 8089. So what
should we do
a
port forward on that 8089 and see what it's doing?
Yeah, we can try that. But that'll just get us through to the pod.
But that means when the pod is up and running and talking, which means then we absolutely know then it's an ingress problem, right?
Yeah, but I think we did that last time, but let's do that anyway. So do a kubectl port forward, svc/cmacme blah blah blah. I think with port forward you have to do it slashed, just because consistency is for suckers. And then 8089.
Okay.
You're not going to do 80 to 89. Yeah. Oh, that's because your service is wrong. How did we end up with that wrong service? No, your service. However you did it, for some reason you ended up with the. Do it get ingress again? Yeah, here's the problem: the ingress and the service don't match.
Yeah.
Interesting. So why don't we do a kubectl delete certificate request?
Cert-Manager IO. No, certificate request Cert-Manager IO.
Yeah, that's the one.
Like that?
And then you'll need to give it the name of the cert request, which was, hopefully it'll let you tab it out. Just don't put anything. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's try that. Yeah. All right. And so now do a kget certificate.
Yeah.
I hate that it puts precedence on files before it does. Okay, so let's kill that certificate as well. and then do a get ingress. Do a get service. No, that's, we don't want to delete that one because that's, you can see that's 5 seconds old. So basically, as we're deleting things, it's recreating them because we still have different that annotation. Okay, it's 15 seconds old. So do a get ingress -o YAML on that CM Acme.
Because it hates me.
Yeah. Okay, but that is so that is pointing at the right service name. So that's okay.
Yep.
Well, I guess try hitting up that URL again. So Hugen and the path. We might have still had some weird artifacts left over that we didn't clean up.
Nope.
All right. So let's go all the way back and actually let's edit the
rebuild
ingress.
the Kubernetes cluster from scratch.
Right. Yeah. So your Helm values for Hugen. Let's edit those and comment out the annotation that are asking for the secrets, for the certificates.
I put it in here. No, I didn't. Where was it?
Is it in your GitHub directory?
Yeah, here we go.
That's the my values one. All right, and so go to the annotations, ingress. Yeah, that's what we want. And comment out the TLS portion. And then just for consistency, comment out those two. Yeah.
Okay.
That looks right. Let's save that off and do a Helm upgrade. Okay, and now
see if this actually shows up first. I was not expecting that.
That's an interesting start. Just good. Might take a second. Okay. Do a host on that and just make sure the IP address matches the ingress endpoint. Right, and then do a get ingress.
Yep.
Whoa, wait. Why are there two addresses?
It's a good question.
Where is that? Oh my goodness. I bet
down here.
you one of those. Oh, weird. Why are you getting two load balancer IPs there?
I think we added one at one point.
Who's we?
Hang on. Ah, crap.
Because we deployed Ingress with Helm, right? And we didn't specify any IPs. I'm wondering if it's.
Yeah, those external IPs are completely different also.
Yeah, they shouldn't match up because it's a load balancer.
Yes.
Why don't you do a in the what was it, the cluster system namespace, and do a get load balancers.
Cluster infra, I believe. Cluster infra. Cube, or it was NS. There we go. So, okay, get load balancer.
Yep, service. The service of type load balancer. Okay, so it has one external IP, but just to be sure, do a kubectl get service -o YAML and just check it doesn't list two.
Correct.
Yeah. So I am going to hazard a guess that it is also creating an ingress from your IBM ingress controller.
Yes. I think we determined that last time.
And it shouldn't be.
Well, it gives us one quote for free to make, and that was maybe in the nginx one.
Right, but we're not, like in our annotations, we're specifying we want to use the nginx-ingress class.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that even though the IBM ingress that they provide isn't running in your cluster, it must still be like a fork of the nginx ingress and must be like servicing that. So we probably need to look at how we change the annotation that the one we installed looks at. So I think we need to go to the Helm charts default values and see if there's a way to change, as in like probably from the website.
Oh, it's not just this?
Yeah. No, because we're not specifying it, so it's coming from defaults, and we don't have.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So hub.helm.sh.
Oh, damn. So close.
So close. And then nginx-ingress, and I believe we're doing the Bitnami one, right? Is that what we did?
Yep.
Yeah, and so, or are we doing stable? I thought we were doing Bitnami. Anyway, let's have a look at the stable one and see what they say.
Yeah, it was this one. That one looks familiar.
Okay. So we're looking for configuration, and we're looking for like annotation. Okay. Maybe do a word search trial and just find a seal.
Service annotation.
Yeah, keep going. Of that submission webhook, we don't want that. No. Add Prometheus annotations, no.
That sounds familiar.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'll be doing that. Switch back to your command prompt. I want to look for our actual, have a look at that my values file and the annotation we're adding. So ingress class. So maybe do a word search for ingress-class. Yeah. Oh.
That's
so
it.
I'm not sure we can. Well, so we are in a pickle. I'm just trying to think how we can get out of this pickle. We may need to uninstall Ingress and hope that the IBM one is going to do what we want.
I mean, there's nothing stopping us. Give that a
I
shot.
feel like this is I would find this to be a problem because it means that you have an uncustomizable Ingress controller running in your cluster. Then you can't deploy your own without it trying to do the job of your own. Unless, is there docs on how to disable Ingress controller?
I think so. Is there a disable button?
Yeah, see, I would actually just add disable to your search.
Disable buffering?
Yeah, but you're looking at like the Ingress resource config stuff here, not the Ingress controller itself.
Mm.
Yeah, so you're not going to find it in this doc at all. So I would get rid of the annotations and yeah, disable. Just search for the word disable, dude.
Maybe there's an KSLB command to disable. Right?
Yeah. Well,
Configure.
Well, do an LS and make sure you can have one that matches up with your cluster so you don't accidentally disable someone else's. So you have to go -- cluster and your cluster name. Which isn't it that Kate's Ashgar Labs /
No, they're forcing me to use the crazy name now. Can't always assume it works. Yep, there it is.
All right.
That IP looks very
So
familiar.
that's interesting. It says it's. Do you remember ever enabling it?
No, I think by default it comes unenabled.
Well, I thought it was just saying by default it's disabled.
That's the private elk.
Okay.
What the?
So, whoa.
Don't know what that is.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it looked like it did tell us how to disable it.
Well, yeah, it's just.
Well, it told us how to enable it, so hopefully we can do the opposite.
-- classic disable probably.
Well, is it a classic cluster or a VPC cluster?
Yeah. Configure. Classic. -- disable. What?
See the ALB ID. So where you did the LS, you'll need to find the ID from it.
God damn it, really?
We can't see your text.
Yeah.
There.
ALB ID. That one.
Sure.
We just took down the internet.
Ooh, yeah, right. So just do an ls again and make sure it shows as disabled. Boy, are we learning some things today.
We really are.
Now, if you go back to your Hugen namespace, so ns Hugen. Oh, no.
Was it?
Oh, is it just in default?
I don't think so.
We'll just do a k get ns. Yeah. I think
Guess it wasn't
default.
Oh, wow.
K get all. No, not.
Yep.
So now we want to look at that ingress again. So k get ingress.
Still showing up.
Yeah. So why don't we
delete the ingress and then have it recreate
we just,
it?
Like delete the helm, the Hugen helm chart, and let everything turn itself off.
Give it a minute. Stay Thursday.
Okay, get ingress. Today is Thursday. That's why we're streaming.
Oh, yes.
All right. Do a kget pods and kget PVC. Just make sure we're completely wiped out. Yeah, all right. Now do a helm install. Good job. Now do a kget all. And we'll see stuff as it starts coming up. Kget ingress. I forgot it doesn't show ingress when you say all.
There we go.
They have an interesting definition of all in Kubernetes. So now we have that. Can you go to Hugen and get the right place? So do a host of it and make sure it's only getting one IP address from host. Oops. Yeah, it's not going to have that well known yet because we disabled the annotation.
Yep.
Okay. No,
but that's the wrong IP.
That's the wrong IP. So that'll probably take a minute for Cert-Manager to fix that. Sorry, for external DNS to fix that. And
we could look at it though, right? The DNS updates.
Yeah. You could totally do if you did a stern-n cluster system external, I think.
Too many requests.
Too many requests.
Authentication. Oh, I killed the whatchamacallit too.
You killed the key?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Hang on.
You killed the key and then you just have your thing slamming their
pretty much
API until they rate limit you. Nice.
Yep.
That's how JJ rolls. All right, so you'll need to create a new key and stick that key in your values. And this time maybe don't show us the values. And remember to get the right key, the account key versus the user key.
Yep. Yeah.
should have a hotkey for set up for a scene in OBS to be like, oh my god, I'm showing something sensitive.
Yeah, I really should, shouldn't I?
Put a dumb GIF up or something.
Yeah, it's a good
or
point.
Is it GIF? Is it GIF or GIF?
It's gigabytes.
You don't count your bytes in jigs? Jiggers?
There you go.
Oh no, jiggers are the things that bite you at night, right?
No, jigger is a thing you put your alcohol in.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now, you need to do the external DNS thing again. So, external. Redeploy that. There we go. So then.
All right, just run your stern again.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Validation failed.
Wah, 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 wah.
400. Yeah, what?
I mean, you could have a quick look at DNS simple and check that record has been changed.
Yes.
So it says 190 in your
right there.
All right. Well, that'll do.
But it takes 3,600 seconds. Right, the TTL. Do we have to wait that long?
Why is the TTL set so low? Oh,
it's an hour, isn't it?
Yeah, we didn't set one, so that's probably just the default. I believe
there we go.
You can set. I believe you can set a TTL in external DNS via another annotation. So why don't we look at how to do that?
All right. We don't need Safari anymore.
Oh, poor little fella. You use Microsoft Edge.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I saw someone use Microsoft Edge earlier. Shout out to Tyler Britton, friend of the show. And so now I just want to joke about everyone using Microsoft Edge.
It was Tyler telling me I should be using Safari also, if I remember correctly.
Well, I was think he's on the just use anything that's not Chrome, because Chrome's the worst of the spyware browsers right now.
Yep. All right. So external
DNS annotation
TTL.
TTLMD. Yeah, look at that.
Well, that seems straightforward.
Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and set that so this doesn't bite us next time?
But it is not provided by, it's not supported.
What do you mean it's not supported?
Providers.
Default to 0 seconds. Are there any notes specific to DNS simple?
No.
Well, you know what we could do? Just set that in DNS simple.
All right.
Because undoubtedly it'll change again and we'll have the same problem.
Where did I put it?
Be a good idea too.
Now, would it, when it does its check again here every minute, it seems, does it force it back?
I don't think so, because I think it's not passing it and therefore using whatever your DNS provider has for a default. And so when you create a record by default in DNS simple, it's probably at that 3600. So that doesn't solve the fact that we're still going to have it wrong for an hour. So why don't we throw Hugen Demo, HL Labs into your Etsy hosts so we can move forward.
Copy. Paste. Looks like it doesn't. Cool.
All right. So now we've done that.
There we go.
Should be able to. Yeah. You don't want the well-known because we haven't set up the certificate manager part yet.
Oh.
Bad gateway.
It's forcing over to HTTPS.
Yeah. Well, no, that's probably just your browser defaulting to that.
Is it K or capital K? I can never remember.
It is K, but that's not the problem here, dude.
Oh, okay.
Like if it was a bad certificate, you'd be getting a bad certificate error, not a
bad gateway.
Yeah. So how do we do a host of Hugen demo? Make sure you're getting to the right.
No. You saw me edit my Etsy host file, right?
I mean, yes. Did you not save it?
It's right there.
Did you spell your own name right?
Probably not. No, my luck.
Yeah.
Nope.
Copy and paste the URL directly from your Etsy host just to make sure there's nothing weird going on.
Bringing up trusty Emacs because Emacs will tell me. Yeah, it looks fine.
All right. But like actually paste that in case you're not quite getting it right on the command line versus what's in there.
Nope.
Well, the IP address won't work because the ingress is set to do it for the. So go back to your command prompt and do a host of Hugen again, pasting what you have.
Nope. Is this where we're going to Google flush Mac DNS? Yeah. Flush Mac DNS.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to run clean my Mac.
Why don't you download their spyware? Hang on, it tells you right up there. DS cache util flush.
No, that was this thing? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, you're right.
I mean, if I know anything, it should always run commands you find on the first Google response.
Nope.
What the? Okay, so when you run a curl, you can specify the header like the host header.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's -x, and then in quotations you do header colon, host colon, and then Hugen space Hugen, yeah, and then close that, and then do the IP address that you want. So .90. And you might need to do a capital H for host.
Nope. You want to try it on your machine? Do a host on.
That's a great idea. Host Hugen demo as I get a response .90.
Okay. It's never a good sign on stream when you have to figure out how to flush on Mac DNS cache. So like that should be documented.
Right. Now I still get a bad gateway, even on the 190. But that's different to what you're getting. Why, JJ? Why does life have to be so hard?
I really have no idea. Like, I feel like we step on a lot of landmines when we're trying to figure this whole Kubernetes thing out.
Right.
By the way, we haven't actually reached out to the audience. We have a handful of people watching now. So does anyone have any ideas or thoughts? Because we are stumped.
All right. So what can we do here? All right. Here's what we can do. Is let's edit your my values.
Okay. Oh wait, do you want me to put it back in Etsy hosts?
No, don't put it back in Etsy hosts. Let's edit my values and let's just change the goddamn URL.
All right.
So set host to be Hugen WTF. No. Keep. Oh yeah, because demo isn't a real subdomain, right? And so yeah. Perfect. Let's save that off. Yeah, save that off. And then why don't you actually create that as an A record? External DNS might not like it if we do that.
Well, let's give it a shot. See if it does what we expect.
Sure, why not? Because if we add it, we can set it to be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And now run your stern, and we'll actually watch the logs. Did it not?
I feel like the PR to fix the TTL would be relatively easy. We just figure out them creating this JSON and tagging that in there as a variable.
Yeah. Okay, exit out. It's not actually asked for the new one yet. So make sure we've got the ingress set right in the annotation set right in the ingress. So get ingress.
Yep.
And then -o YAML on the Hugen. So I mean, it's right in the hosts there, but let's look at our annotations. Ingress class.
Oh, sorry, Hugen. Get Hugen.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the service?
Yeah, you were in exactly the right spot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, you hadn't specified a specific ingress, but you only have one, so it's not a big deal. So you have one ingress, and that has an annotation of ingress. It has a host of human.wtf, and it has load balancer of 190. So that this portion of it looks correct. So now
Bring Stern again. See where it is.
have a look at Stern again, in case it was just taking its time.
Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah, it's totally just taking its time.
Oh,
so now we have that record. And so let's do a, oh yeah, and of course it would have deleted it because we no longer have, yeah, that's perfect.
So now we can curl.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good enough for government work.
That's legit. It's actually up and running.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Now let's fix Cert-Manager.
Yes.
So go back to your my values. And uncomment out those two annotations as well as the TLS. Save that. Oh yeah, WTF. Okay. And just to be doubly sure, change your secret name to Human-WTF-TLS.
Better?
Yeah, perfect. Like a borderline. Now, before you apply it, I just want to do a get secrets.
Delete this one.
So we don't have to delete it. I'm just seeing what's there. Do a get certificates. And do a get certificate requests. No S in the middle there. No S in the middle there. In the middle, not at the end. Yep. Good. So let's go ahead and delete that secret as well, just to make sure it's clean.
I don't know, man. I like being dirty. I haven't showered in 6 days.
Yeah, I can
Can't you see by my beard?
I can actually see the cartoon stink line coming up off you. So now let's go ahead and run that helm apply. Helm upgrade, yep. I use helm file too much, so I'm always thinking apply versus upgrade. Okay, so that set that. And so do
There's
a
that.
certificate request, yep. And then do a certificates. And then do a get ingress.
It's looking better.
I didn't want to dash o YAML.
No.
Because we've got 2 ingresses now. So now we want to see if we can get to that Acme resolver. So do
That's
a
this guy?
YAML, yeah, that well known, and then do a curl of hugan.wtf/bananas.
Permanently moved.
Do a curl dash, is it L?
F?
What is it to follow? No, to follow the, I always do SSL, lowercase s, uppercase S, uppercase L, yeah. And that usually follows. Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah, so now do a -K. So it's redirecting to SSL.
Like that?
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Well, that's a different error, which is okay. Do I get certificates and see if it says it's ready?
No.
It is not ready.
Is there a way to see logs where it is?
It would be somewhere in the Cert-Manager logs, which is in the kube, the cluster infra namespace. So run that, just rerun that stern command you ran earlier and just replace external with cert-manager. Well, that works too.
Ribbit.
Oh no, we put that in its own namespace. That's right, because of that weird reliance on it. So it's just cert-manager is the namespace.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Wrong status code. Okay, we're getting some errors. Hang on. Oh, is that catching up?
Yeah, it's catching up.
3:33.
It's 3:30 in the morning. We'll just let it run. Hang on.
Well, you can tail -0 or whatever it is to only do new stuff. Just do a -h. No, it's part of the stern command.
-h.
-h. Yeah, to get like help.
Oh, got it. Tail init.
And then tail 0. Here we go. Default Hugan. Found one HTTP solver pod. Challenge, failed to perform self-check, get handshake failure. Yes, it's getting the same error you are. Why are you getting a redirect? Do a kget ingress of the Cert-Manager resolver. The CM Acme, yeah. Because it shouldn't be trying to do HTTPS. Okay, so I'm just trying to think. Have a look at the other ingress, the Hugan ingress, -o YAML.
It does the annotations.
We're not telling it to force SSL here, are we?
This.
No, as in we're not telling it to force a SSL redirect.
Correct.
So could you do this
right here?
Yeah, but that's telling it to set up TLS as well. It's not saying to forcibly redirect. Just do a curl on Hugan WTF ashkalabs.io. Because I'm sure you got a okay response there. So it is forcing a 503, which we don't want. God, why does this stuff? Okay. Go to your browser and look for nginx-ingress annotations.
We need to install STL.
I will climb through my webcam and slap. And then do a search for redirect.
Permanent redirect?
No, it should be a It might be under the auth TLS. No. There should be a server-side HPS enforcement through to redirect. Try that one. Oh no, that's funny. Oh, it's above that. By default, slow. You're going right past it. Server side, you've got it right here. So by default, the controller redirects to if it's enabled. Okay, so we want to add this annotation SSL-redirect false.
Right here?
Yeah.
Not Kubernetes.
Nope.
Just that?
That's what it's asking for.
It feels
right.
Small. Okay.
Sure. And then go back to the dock while it's running it.
Nope, no, this is forcing it to HTTPS.
No, that's just notes. Don't worry about that. Redirect from... oh, yeah, we did need that full... we did need that full nginx, blah, blah, blah. Damn it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. I wonder... have a look at the other ingress, the one that the Cert-Manager is creating. I bet you it should be creating an ingress with that enabled as well.
Oh, it's in the namespace, right? NS Cert
You're in the right
Manager.
place. No, you're in the right place. Stop. Just do a get ingress. So it's that CM Acme. Yeah. Okay, so this definitely has no HTTP rewrites. So I think the other ingress was overriding how this one was behaving. Because nginx kind of sees that the hosts are the same and merges them in the nginx config rules. And so let's try doing a curl of just hugen.wtf now and then ensure that works. Do a get ingress hugen-o YAML.
Yep, it's there.
SSL redirect is false. I mean, it can take time for nginx to see the change, so maybe just try again and see if it's liking it yet. Do a HTTPS. Just rerun the above command and add an S to the end of the, or add HTTPS : /. So why is it getting so is it only getting half a certificate? This is bonkers, man. Why does this stuff misbehave like this?
I still fully don't understand SSL at all. So, I'm just,
but we're not even dealing with an SSL problem. We're dealing with a configuring nginx properly problem. And just the fact that nginx is hidden behind a bunch of CRDs and stuff.
I'm going to call my big IP / F5 guy real quick.
Yeah, right. So I think the handshake is failing because it's only got half a certificate. And it's only got half a certificate because it needs to run. Why don't you search for this error with Cert-Manager and see what you get? Someone else must have had this before. Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's having same issue we are.
Yep.
Define a default certificate for the ingress. Okay. I thought. All right. So for under the, I think you still got the helm docs up for nginx-ingress. I can see a few tabs across. Yeah, that one I think. Do a search for a certificate. And we'll see if it says how to set a default certificate. No.
Nope.
Do a search for default. Go back to the guy's response. Yeah, you'll want to see how to do it with Helm though.
There's a term that we're missing here. Default.
Yeah, but like we're not setting that, right? We need Helm to, like we need to know from the Helm chart how to set that because we're not setting.
Look for TTLS, TT or TLS. Nope.
Yeah. So go that search string you just had up.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the search and add Helm to it. And then nginx. That one will do. Let's hit that issue. Can be configured by extra args. There we go. Yeah. It's obviously changed. So do a word search for SSL in this.
There it is.
Yeah, extra arg default SSL. But then we need to figure out how to inject it as a secret and add config maps. Oh, actually,
Can't we just use our secret that we already have created?
because it's not a real certificate yet.
Oh.
Because we got a chicken and egg problem.
Hmm.
Why don't we? Because this was working. And so I would say just a number of things we've deleted and created. We might have just broken it. So what if we go back to square one, where we installed the nginx-ingress? Why don't we reinstall it, like delete it and install it again? And I believe we used Helm to install it, right?
Don't actually remember.
Yeah, so it's in the cluster infra namespace. What are you looking for?
The actual place we did it.
Yeah, but it's the ingress controller, right? So it's not going to be in certificate.yaml.
Yeah.
Why is that? What's with that file that's got comments around it?
Yeah, I don't fully know. That was just something we copy and pasted in there.
Oh, fair enough. Let me think. We may not have set anything specific when we did the Helm install, so maybe do a like history grep Helm grep nginx.
No, according to Helm, we've only installed Hugin.
Well, that's because you're in the default namespace. So you can do Helm list -- all namespaces, or you can change, yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just deployed it.
But I want to see the command we actually did the install. So do a history grep or nginx-ingress.
That one?
Yeah, so we just install it with the defaults. So why don't we, let me think about this. If we delete it, it's gonna delete the load balancer and it's gonna lose that IP address. And that means when we create it again, it'll get a new IP address. If we do it quick enough, will it pick up the same IP address? What's your experience there?
No, I don't think so. But we can update it through the GUI.
And then wait an hour?
Oh, I guess it's true.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. So in the Helm chart, there should be a way to specify an IP address for the load balancer. So go back to your browser. And actually, this is the best place to be looking. Look for just look for IP. Not cluster IP. Load balancer IP is what we want. So we want to set service : load balancer IP : and whatever that current IP address is.
I'm going to create a new YAML file or my values.
No, we'll create it called ingress.yaml, nginx-ingress.yaml.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was service : enter space. Was it external IP?
No. Load balancer.
Load balancer IP. IP address that it's currently sitting at. Get service. Get service.
Oh, I was just double checking.
Yeah. It's the guy.
Yep. Anything else?
Save that. I think that's it.
Everything else is default, right?
Yeah, everything else we did default, which I think is fine. So now let's do a helm delete. Ingress. Yeah. Do a kget service. All right, so we're probably good to run it again. Yeah. Kget service.
New IP.
No. That's fine. We'll deal with that.
Well, we have been going for an hour and a half. If you want to take a little bit of a
Right.
break, because I know
let's take a 5-minute. I could grab a coffee.
Yep. All right. Let me click over here. Click over here, and we'll be back in about 5. And we're back live. Hey, so yeah, sorry that took longer than I was expecting. Um, my brain is very tired. I've been on
I
calls
agree.
all day, and I was like, I got away this week. I realized it was the first time I stood up today from when I sat down at 7:45 this morning at my desk. I even had my lunch like come to me because I was convinced my daughter to go like get me some like a sandwich or whatever. So I was like, wow, my legs feel so much better now. Oh damn, I have to sit back down. So anywho, all right. So where were we?
All right, let's curl that external IP before we do anything else. Just curl that damn IP address.
Curl this. Not found.
Okay, that's fine. So next we have to deal with the fact we now have switch back to the Hugon namespace. The default namespace, I should say.
Okay.
And then do a get ingress. So it was smart enough to update these, but I'm gonna guess if you do a curl of Hugon WTF bashgarlabs.io, you'll get like a failure because it's going to be using the wrong DNS. So try that, and we'll see what happens. Am I getting my host headers wrong?
No, the host is right.
Oh, why am I doing? Okay. So we're actually supposed to do -- header, not -x.
Header what?
I'm
I'm sorry.
trying to see. Sorry, I was trying on my local machine here. Let me bring my window back up. Yeah, so you should be able to do in quotes, capital H for host, colon, space, Hugon. Yeah, space after it's a HTML header, so you need a space in there.
Oh, got it. Think so?
Yeah. Yeah. So you're getting a not found.
What are you getting?
Yeah, I got the same thing. Do a -v at the start. Let me see if it tells us anything else. Connecting to saying the host header looks right. Why? Just for shizzles and giggles, just put a slash at the end of the host in the host header.
Like so?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I expected. I don't think that's a legal action. JJ.
Have we been defeated?
This is very frustrating. This shouldn't be this hard. So we could go ahead and change our ingress host again and let it fix that. So why don't we do that? So edit your my values, because that'll happen pretty quickly.
My values.
Yeah, and let's again, let's remove the TLS section just to confirm that's not happening. Remove the cluster issuer and and then you can leave the redirect false, and then change the host to be, I don't know, hugen.omg.as well as.
Like that?
Yeah. Yep. Save that, do a helm update. Yeah.
Starting to become, so I'm looking for muscle memory.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now run stern and look at your external DNS logs.
Still thinking about it.
Still thinking about it. Do you want to close that and do a tail 0 so we're going to see new stuff? Now, knowing our luck, it all just happened while we were
of course
between commands.
I expect nothing less.
You could also switch across to your DNS simple and refresh that. Oh, there it goes. It just ran.
Yay!
So yeah, double check DNS simple, and then we can do a host of it and see what happens.
Yay! Oh, it's stuck around.
Yeah, it's probably taking a minute to delete it.
Okay. Girl.
We'll just do a host of it and make sure the IP address is right. Labs.io.
Oh my God. I'm telling you, I'm tired, man. There you go.
I can tell. Okay, that is good. So now curl that same.
Hold on, let's do the bashy thing. So it would be bang bang host curl.
I think there's a way to just replace the first. Is it just bang bang curl? Wouldn't that do it?
No. I know there's a way. Like, that was supposed to be one of the cool things you can do with bash.
Look up that bash thing you just had up a second ago. It'll be in there.
You realize that was like 2.5 hours ago, right?
Shut up.
Brace expansion.
It's like
substitution.
It's like bang bang related.
Is it this thing?
Do you have to find history?
No, I don't. This is like generic bash scripting. I don't think it's like
scripting, not
tricks. Yeah, cleverness.
Right.
Oh, here we go. History.
Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there's an easier way to do it.
Well, you don't want to run regex every time you run bang bang?
Right. Yeah, go ahead and just do that.
Or, I could just do like...
Or you could literally just type in curl and the...
Yay!
Okay, so this bit is working. So do a kubectl get ingress.
Yes.
Okay, so it's still trying
Wait.
to resolve the old one.
Yes.
That's what I thought we'd see. So you need to delete the certificate request.
History.
Kubectl delete.
Well, there's like 4 of them, right? That we got to do. Didn't we do them all in like
Yeah.
one big thing?
Yeah, if we just delete the certificate request, it should also
Oh, okay.
get rid of certificate. Yeah, just do -- all. And then do certificate -- all. And then do a kubectl get secret. Make sure there's no. I don't think that quite works. But there's definitely that secret we want to clean up.
Because it doesn't actually talk to anything, it wouldn't actually hurt, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Kubernetes has a resource called Kubernetes, so it would probably be fine.
Oh, actually, no, it does.
Luck,
yeah, no,
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
You can't do a kubectl get Kubernetes. Yeah.
I used to delete the Kubernetes deployment, I think.
Are you thinking of the service, the default service?
Maybe that's
what
what
you're
I'm
thinking of.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake.
Trying to be clever. That's what happens when I try to be clever. Nothing ever works.
Yeah, only embarrass all of us.
So
right,
like
so I think
we hold on. We deleted this even though in theory we didn't actually have to because there was nothing pointing to and it was just sitting there, right?
Yeah, just trying to clean up after ourselves.
Yeah.
Be a Boy Scout. Leave things better than you found them.
There you go. All
right. Now do a get ingress. And just double check that ingress was also removed.
No.
All right. So go ahead and delete that ingress. It really doesn't like it when you do things out of the very specific order it expects you to. Did it like beat you to it? You can't do that, dude. What are you doing?
I don't know, man.
There's no resource type. You just get like frustrated and just type shit and if it works.
That's why I'm such a good sysadmin. Right. I'm just like, fuck it, we'll try everything. I don't care.
Yeah. Do a kget ingress again. It might have just been taking a minute to do it.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
We were just rushing it. All right. So we're now back to here. We can get to Hugin. So now let's go back and add the TLS bits and see what happens.
You sure you want to?
Well, I don't really want to, but it's what we're here to do. All right. Now, yep, that's right. You got it. Just trying to think. What else?
We want this still?
Yeah, I still want that. I definitely still want that. All right. Let's go ahead and save this and do a helm upgrade and see what happens.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if this actually works, this really isn't a lot to figure out the incantation to get it to put it together.
Yeah, you know? Once you figure it out once on the platform you're on, it then becomes pretty easy. Although you still have to deal with the fact that we had to delete the IBM Ingress controller and the ALB or whatever and this other stuff. But yes, once you've done this once successfully on one platform, it then becomes very easy to do it from then on. In theory. So now, yeah, let's do it. That'll work. Yeah.
Handshake failure again.
Handshake failure.
Is it because we're in the default namespace?
No.
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 I mean, we had that problem with Cert-Manager. I'm spitballing here now, right?
Yeah, but this. Yeah.
Because if you look to Cert-Manager, right, and then it is talking to Cert-Manager, and then it challenges it, but it does it in the resource namespace.
So here's where it's actually going wrong. Is the ingress that it creates to prove that, to do the Acme challenge, is trying to do TLS when it shouldn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you go to that URL, it'll give you that same error it's getting.
So
Hugen,
yeah.
So curl that URL that it just had there. Well, you don't want, you see, that's your problem. You shouldn't be doing HTTPS. Right. And so again, here it's trying to do the redirect. Let's have a look at that the ingress, the Hugen ingress.
Right, that is in get ingress.
Yeah. So we're setting SSL redirect to false. Why isn't it picking that up?
Do we comment this out? Do we delete these lines?
No, but then we're just not asking for TLS.
Okay.
Like, we need that line for it to actually do what we want it to do.
Is that wrong? nginx-ingress Kubernetes IO when they have the IO class?
No, that's
okay.
That's fine. I mean, that's what we got from the nginx-ingress docs.
Well, I'm saying there could be different versions, right? Maybe like these two are consistent, and then this is like radically different, right?
Yeah, because two of them are giving annotations to Kubernetes, and one of them is giving annotations to nginx.
Inside the ingress, inside of Kubernetes IO. It seems really deep.
Well, I mean, it's not a real URL, right? It's just giving a namespace of like.
Oh, no. Oh, sure. Sorry.
The ingress controller running in Kubernetes.
I'm just saying it seems weird to have Kubernetes IO here if this is just talking to nginx ingress / SSL redirect, right? Why would you have that? Anyway, it just seems like a weird annotation.
So I think it's because you can have things that are not running in Kubernetes looking at annotations. And so basically this is like saying the nginx ingress running inside of Kubernetes. And so that's the annotation namespace that nginx has decided they'll be using. And so anything that nginx ingress cares about is going to be in that namespace. And then the / is the key, and then the false is the value.
Got it. Okay.
All right, let's switch to the cluster system namespace.
Wait, you mean cluster infra?
Yeah, cluster infra, sorry. And do a get pods.
PODAS.
And then do a kubectl exec in the nginx pod. -ti, and then bash.
Oh no, hold on. Isn't it before that?
And there's no get.
Thank you.
Okay. And so
you were right. I was completely wrong.
Do a let's have a look at the nginx config. So it's probably under etc nginx. Yeah. nginx.conf.
Not one of these.
Well, just nginx.conf.
Oh, God damn it. Hang on. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not going to have a lot of choices, unfortunately. That'll do.
No Emacs?
So
The hell, man.
Right. And so go on down to where it's defining the server, see if it's doing anything interesting here.
No, it's all standard. That's kind of why we're thinking about going to conf.d.conf. I think that's
Yeah, but I just wanted to look here and make sure it was actually using that. So yeah, let's have a look at the conf.d then. And then let's look at the
resolver first, right? Because it would have the 302 in that one, right?
Yeah. Let's have a look at that. So there's your location. It's listening on port 80. So server 80 location, proxy pass to it must be defining that. Where's it defining that proxy pass?
It's not. Is it done through the upstream then?
Default CM.
No.
Oh yeah. That's exactly what it is. That's the upstream. Yes, good catch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works. So it's
read too many
defining
of
the
these.
upstream with that full name. It's giving the server the port. So that all looks good. And there's nothing in there to do a redirect to HTTPS.
Hang on. Correct. Yes, that is correct. There's no TOS. Yeah.
So this is telling me that the other guy is picking it up. So let's have a look at the Hugin. It was like default -Hugin.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Hang on. God damn it. There we go. Listen to SSL.
Yeah. So we're doing 2 listens. We're passing the certificate, so we can have a look at those certificates in a second.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah. So basically, it's looking for the secret before the secret is fully formed. So remember, the Acme challenge hasn't completed, so the secret's not fully formed yet. So that's going to cause an issue with the regular Hugin URL, but it shouldn't cause a problem with the Hugin the Acme resolver.
Yes.
Unless this is catching it below. So then we look down, server, blah, 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 server tokens on, server name, Hugin. If scheme is HTTP, return 301. So this should not be happening. This guy right here is out. Well, there's 2 problems. A, this guy is picking up for both locations. And B, it is returning a redirect, even though we've set the annotation to not have a redirect.
So do we need to put an ingress controller in front of our ingress controllers?
I'm trying to. Are you making a joke?
No, well, when I said it out loud, I thought about it and I was like, wait a second, maybe I am serious, because to your point, one's taking priority over the other, right? So should we?
But they're just nginx configs, right?
Okay.
And I thought if it had 2 configs that had the same like path, it would take prioritization on the more specific path.
Don't know, man.
But oh, yeah. That's what it's doing. So you've got two servers defined that are listening on port 80 and one that's listening on port 443. So I would say nginx must merge these configs.
So my joke is accurate.
No, it's not though. And so
we just change the port.
Well, I think if we fix this 301, it'll work. So clearly that annotation we added is not working. So maybe there is some versioning or other thing that we need to figure out in the annotations. Maybe you were roughly in the right area. Because basically before it's even having the chance to look at the locations, it's doing the redirect. So go back to your annotations documentation. No, it was the actual. It's not a Helm thing anymore. It's your annotations right there. Yep, you got it. Okay. By default, the controller redirects to.
Wait, 308. That is the same one. No, it's not a 308.
No, it's not. We want a 301.
Yeah. Yeah, 301.
Yeah. Do a search for 301.
There it is.
Yeah, it's not the right one though.
That's the only one on there.
Is that? Do we need to like start randomly Googling for? Let me see. nginx-ingress. Yeah, 1 to HTTPS. And it's the force SSL redirect you've got, right?
Yes. Or no, SSL dash redirect.
Oh, shoot. Okay, there's two annotations. Go back to, okay, I'm seeing it on mine. Go back to the docs.
Oops, hang on. This one?
Yeah, and go back down to the server-side, no, what was it? Yeah, server-side HTTPS enforcement through redirect. Look at this. So to configure this for specific ingress resources, you can use when using this. So which one did we do?
We did this one.
All right. Why don't you do this other one as well?
Force SSL redirect.
Yeah. And please copy and paste. The last thing we need is for it to have a misspelling somewhere.
Hey, I spell perfectly every single time.
Yeah.
And we want to turn that to false, correct?
Correct. We want to set that as false. And I would actually put both lines in there. So have them both set to false.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just in case there's some weird chicken and egg problem with the two arguments.
This feels wrong. But okay.
I mean, what about computers have ever felt right?
Valid point.
So run your Helm upgrade. Yeah. You're in the change back to the namespace or just do a -n. Okay. So let me think about this. So run your exec.
Hang on.
And then let's have a look at that file again. More. Oh.
Still there?
It is still there. Well, this is weird. I mean, it could just be taking a moment. Do a get ingress -o YAML on it and make sure it's actually got the annotations in the action default, yeah.
And to verify, this is the Hugen, even though the age is 86 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't change the age when
created.
Oh,
No,
not when it's been
just because
updated.
you change it doesn't mean it's younger.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Yep,
I mean, when I change clothes in the morning, I don't reset my age to 0 days old.
I do.
Well,
I also my epoch time changes every morning for consistency. Yeah. My days are not consistently 24 hours.
Cool. Are you just going to wait for a laugh track or something?
Yes, I was.
Happening? All right.
I was. I'm like my world is what is it? The minus the laugh track from The Big Bang Theory. You know, just. Have you never seen those videos? They're creepy.
I don't watch garbage TV like Big Bang Theory, so why would I?
But that's the beauty of it. You watch it without the laugh tracks because they have some cuts of it. It's actually sad. Like they're not funny. They're not funny.
No. I mean, the whole premise of the show is making fun of people that are different than you are.
Wait, really? No, I know. Well, I know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because like literally every punchline is based around them being nerds.
Yep.
So, you know. All right, let's exec back into.
Wait, what?
Whoa, that is not the exec we want.
No, it's not. Something changed. All right, so get K, get O.
Yeah, but you want to be in the.
No, I'm in the wrong namespace. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
Cluster. Infra. God damn it. Okay, get O.
Okay, exec -ti.
Where the hell did it go?
More time trying to find history than just retyping it out. Either get better at history or just type it out. So ng and tab, and it should autocomplete it out. Oh, because you don't have. Must be a difference between ZSH and bash, because ZSH copes with tab completion on aliases. Dash, and then bin bash.
There you go.
And then more your way into that file. Now, I think when you do execs, it actually keeps your history, so you might have to press up.
Nope.
Nope? Huh.
Nope.
Okay.
More Etsy nginx.
Conf-d.
Conf-d. Default. Hugen. Still there.
Dude. What the actual F?
You want to see if that file's there?
Well, I mean, it's the file will be there, but it's not going to have it'll have the certificate but not the key. We already know that because that's what's in the secret that it's pulling from.
Yeah. Okay.
The problem is 301. Like, it should not be doing that.
By the way, the script writer in me or script configurer, I really don't like all these white space. It makes it feel weird. All this white space.
Yeah, that's because people that write templates don't know how to use the dashes to like eliminate white space around like if statements and stuff.
So you think I could just go through a bunch of these templates and get a bunch of like commits by just fixing that?
I mean, if that's what rocks your boat.
Sometimes. Yeah. Not gonna lie. White space is weird, man. Makes me feel weird. Dude, this is beating me. I genuinely don't know what's going on.
All right, exit out of this. Do a kubectl get config map. And do that first one and do a OYAML.
So is this where I ask, what the hell is a config map?
I mean, yeah, if you need to be told what a config map is.
There could be people watching this stream who don't know what a config map is.
Well, I'm asking if you know what a config map is.
It's no, that's a CRD. I know what a CRD is. A config map is basically the equivalent of a you can take a configuration of some. Well, in essence, it's like a TOML file, right? Like you say one thing and you map it to another. Or am I completely wrong?
Wow, you are so wrong.
Okay, good.
Okay, so a config map is like one of the fundamental components of running apps on Kubernetes. So when you run an application on Kubernetes, you have at minimum, well, not at minimum, but you generally have a deployment, which is what containers to run, and you have a service, which is how to access that container. Then you have config maps and secrets, which is how to pass configuration values into your containers. And so config maps and secrets are effectively the same, except that secrets are base64 encoded so that you can have binary values in your secrets. Config maps and secrets are lists of keys and values, and you can pass them into your pods as either environment variables or as files.
Yeah.
If you pass them as an environment variables, they, like the key and the value, become the variable and their value. If you pass them in as files, the key is the file name and the value is the content of the file.
Yeah, so like a TOML file. Yeah, like two values, and you just push it in. I was right. I was right.
Like a TOML, it's YAML, dude.
But the key value
is like
the key value
YAML
portion of it. The key value portion of it, though. The key that's how in my mind I saw it as a key value pair that you just shove into it. It's a config map of configuration you push into your application.
Yeah, but like when you say TOML, you're thinking of a complete markup language versus just a list of keys and values.
Have you read TOML? It's basically just like a one-to-one mapping in 95% of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when you said TOML, I immediately thinking like the full markup language for keys and values.
Okay. Well, okay, in any file then. How about that? Like, let's go back. No.
I mean, yeah, except any files you have like the square bracket bits and you have other things as well. I mean, I feel like saying a list of keys and values is clear enough without trying to make it sound like something else that it's not really like.
Well, it's just like a JSON file that I just shove into the thing.
So much. I hate you so much.
That's why you keep me around, CZ. That's why you keep me around. I know the buttons. I know the buttons.
Yeah.
All right.
So there's nothing in here. I thought maybe there would be a way to do that. So force redirect. Oh my God. Okay.
Did we not just set something to true?
No. This is... Okay. In the helm configuration, in the helm documentation for nginx-ingress on the internet website, helm documentation. We had that, you had the values file in like 2 windows across, 2 tabs across. Yeah, that's the one. Do a search for config. Keep searching. Keep searching. Keep searching. Custom. Here we go. We'll add custom configuration options to nginx. So grab that URL.
Hey, it's a TOML file.
All right. So now look for SSL. SSL redirect on the right. Yeah. Click that fella. All right. We're going old school. So we want to set config SSL redirect false. So go back to your charts values, 2 tabs to the left.
Oops, sorry.
And then grab that line, that config line. And is that under a key or is that its own root?
Under controller.
Under controller. So we want controller, config.
Under ingress?
We have a... no, we need this in the nginx YAML. Yeah. Controller, config. Kill those brackets. Go into the next line. And then what was it? HTTP-redirect.
I was just going to verify that. SSL redirect.
SSL redirect. And we want to set that to false.
Should we go ahead and delete this too?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Good idea. All right. Save that. And then do a helm upgrade nginx. So helm upgrade space Oh my God, you and your faulty history. Space dash values. Stable / nginx. Stable / nginx. Not
Wait,
nginx
stable.
dash stable.
According to this, what it was?
Well, you know, I think you're looking at a faulty command.
Okay. So that's the name, not this, values. Okay.
Sure.
No. This?
It's stable / nginx.
Stable / ng.
No, you've got it. You've got no, yeah, you had it. Yeah, stable / nginx ingress. I was just giving you the prefix, so it wasn't meaning for you to delete those. So delete, stop. Okay.
Yeah.
You wanted it to be stable / nginx - ingress. It would just be nginx - stable /
Got
nginx
it. Got it. Okay. I think it's nginx - stable.
We'll do a helm repo list. Oh, interesting. So this is a different. So we're looking at the stable nginx from the actual Helm chart. So they've moved nginx to its own.
So we've been looking at the wrong repos, the wrong docs.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
We'll see what happens. We might need to go and look up the right docs. But in the meantime, do a kubectl get config maps and look at that config map again from above. The first one, -o YAML. There's data in there. There's no data in there. So
it did look like it did update though. No, it did update. That time is it's obviously not that same exact time, but 45 past the hour.
But there's still no data in there. There's literally no key called data, which is what we're looking for. So let's find the docs for the stable nginx repo versus the regular stable repo. Yeah, so try it with that /stable there. Let's scroll down and look for
improve this page.
Oh God. So we need to find where this repo, where like the actual Git for this is. Yeah, just hit improve this page. That'll get us where we need to be. Right, Helm charts, stable. Oh God, we don't want this. We just want the, God, why does it? So this is their Helm repo. They don't actually store their, so where are their actual Helm charts? I mean, just go up to their base account and search for charts. Nope, that's that one we were just looking at. I mean, maybe the Kubernetes Ingress, maybe it's just embedded in that. Yeah. Deployments. Helm chart, here we go. Values.yaml. And then search for config. Yeah, the name of the config map entries. There we go. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up. So you can see configs there. If we want to see, is it under a controller or is it its own?
Controller.
Yeah, so it's under controller, and then config, and then entries.
So we need to put it under entries.
Yeah. So they added a thing there.
Where the hell did it go? God damn it. Hang on. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah. So just under in your Emacs, between controller and config, add entries. Oh, hang on. Sorry, no, you were in the right spot. I'm wrong. But you've got too many tabs on between controller and config.
Like that?
Yeah, that looks better. And then, what does it say under default TLS? Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll be
Try that.
Try that. So let's save this. Do the Helm upgrade on the nginx. Okay, let's have a look at our config maps. There it is. That's what we were looking for. Now let's go to do a get pods, and we'll exec into the new pod that was probably just deployed.
No, same one.
Interesting. Okay, let's have a look at that config file.
I'm sorry, hang on. Somebody said hi in the channel. Hello. Look at that config file. More, let's see. Default Hugan. It's gone.
Hallelujah. Okay. So now with that gone, let's jump back a step. Exit out of the pod. Do a kubectl get ingress in the default namespace.
Ingress, right?
Yeah. Do a curl of just the Hugan one.
This one?
Yeah. Okay, so that's moved permanently. That's fine. Now we need to get to that well-known. So do a kubectl get ingress -o YAML of the Acme one.
Sorry, do what again?
Kubectl get ingress cm acme -o YAML. So rerun the previous command.
Yep. Okay.
All right, so now we want to curl with that path, that well-known path. Stop. How? Like, no, you shouldn't be doing this. The config even tells it not to do this.
But it really, really wants to move it.
Okay, do a kubectl get certificate. Let's see what the certificate's doing. Yeah, so it's still not ready. So I assume if you look for HTTPS, it'll fail with a handshake.
Give it a second. Hang on. Yep.
Yeah, so it's still taking precedence. I'm going to suggest at this point, at some point, the nginx-ingress and Cert-Manager have stopped working together appropriately. Because I know this used to work. And I feel like, what if we do a...
We spin up OpenStack to be able to...
All right, so have a look at our Hugen ingress again and double check we still have those annotations that say don't force a redirect.
Yes.
Okay, so we still have those annotations. Okay, now let's exec back in our pod and have a look at that config again.
Hang on. Let me jump.
Now you got to go back to your namespace on your exec. You can just exec in the namespace rather than changing. Whoa, what are you doing?
Yeah, I lost the window.
Ah, fun.
Yeah. So I wanted to double check. I wanted to check that this nginx, like we're actually going into the correct pod, because there's a chance that we've been looking at the wrong pod. No?
Well, it should only be one pod, but it is worth checking because I had expected it to bounce the pod when we made that config change. So you want to be in the
cluster infra
namespace. Do a get pods. Yeah. So there's only that one. So we must be going to the right place.
Yeah, but it didn't bounce it though. See, so 70 minutes.
So it's clearly it's smart enough to see the change. If you want to, why don't we bounce it? Just delete that.
Okay.
Let it create a new one. Now I've noticed when you do kubectl get pod, you don't put a slash, but when you do kubectl delete pod, you always put a slash.
Habit.
Is there a reason you do that, or just habit?
Habit. Just habit.
All right. So get pods. We should see the new one spinning up.
Yep.
Claims to already be running. So why don't you do that last curl you did with the well-known and just see if it tries to redirect.
Add gateway.
Yeah, that's because that's not the last one. You were just there. You went past it. Oh my god!
Did I?
You literally went past it.
This one? No.
I see K get ingress. You're looking for the curl command.
Oh, yeah, it's this one. This one.
No, it didn't have a dash S. We didn't do dash SSL.
Yeah, you asked me to do it once.
Yeah.
Then you asked me to do the follow
Okay,
through.
so it's doing bad gateway. It's not doing a redirect. So that's
Correct.
actually a step in the right direction. Okay, to do a kubectl get ingress again, and I want to double check that well-known URL is correct. So I'm sure that's an older one. Go back to your default namespace. Oh, wait, it's not doing the well-known anymore. Whoa, did it actually work? Do I get certificates?
Yep.
Dude, so it was just, we needed to bounce that pod.
It looks like it.
All right. So now open up your web browser and go to that on HTTPS. Okay, and so you want to look at the certificate, and we should be getting a staging certificate. So get the view certificate. Fake LE, that looks right for the staging. Scroll down.
Yep, that's encrypt.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is change it to be a non-staging. So let's have a look at your certificate.
This one?
Yeah, so you've got a cluster issuer YAML. Well, hang on, slow down. We need to make sure we have a cluster issuer that works, right? So we should have a cluster issuer YAML file.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's Let's Encrypt staging. And so now what you want to do is basically make a second YAML file, and you can just use triple dashes. All right, so go back to there. I'll tell you what I mean. So you can have multiple YAML documents in a single file, right?
Got it.
Yeah, so I meant new document, not new file. And then so copy and paste everything from above below. And then you're going to set you'll probably want to double check that URL. Well, just go to, I would just go to Let's Encrypt. I would go probably to the Cert-Manager docs and look for a cluster issuer for the real thing.
That looks right.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that is good. Yep. Just save that. And then do a kubectl apply of it.
In default namespace, yes?
Yep. Oh, hang on. No, it should have been in the Cert-Manager. No, it doesn't matter because they're cluster issuers, so they're not namespaced. And so now edit your my values. and change to the,
Okay.
save that. Yep. And do a helm upgrade of the Hugin.
Okay.
Yep. And then
Coming up.
you should now see it get a new certificate.
Waiting for that to go away, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Here it goes.
All right. So let's try it again.
Oh my good God. Yay.
All right. So I think that's a good time to end.
Yes.
Next time, we're going to take everything we just learned and we're going to wrap it up into a single Helm file repo that you can then run on any cluster you stand up and immediately get proper nginx-ingress Cert-Manager external DNS.
That sounds amazing.
And then we'll put Hugin in there as like a example app of how to actually then use those things.
But then we could, with that, any application, you give it a deployment on your Kubernetes cluster with a web front end, it will get automatically let's encrypt.
Exactly.
That is effing amazing.
We got there in the end. I think we fought also like from strange platform-based Ingress. We had a different version of the Helm chart we thought we did for Ingress. We had pretty strange behavior from that. I feel like there's some feedback to be given around the default nginx not working with Cert-Manager. But we'd need to actually sit down and figure out the very precise issue behind that. And that's not something I'm willing to do right now.
No, I have a beer waiting for me that I'm going to go sit outside and stare at not a computer screen now.
Yeah. I think we could probably now walk back some of the annotations we put in the Ingress and make it so that the Hugin itself would force redirect to HTTPS, but the temporary one couldn't. I think one of those ones applied cluster wide and one of them applied just to the particular ingress. So we can do, if we want, some quick experimentation with that next week. But
I like the idea though. I like the idea that you can just rip out Hugin completely, that we're not tying anything to Hugin specifically. It's just a demo app that's just out there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the only thing we need to know is once we have the other infra up, what are the annotations we need to set for Let's Encrypt to work?
Yes. Okay.
And that was like three lines.
Yeah.
And most Helm charts use that same set of ingress annotation config bits, so that then becomes a thing you put in your values for every Helm chart you deploy.
Awesome. Well,
so it took us a hell of a lot longer than it should have, but we actually got to where we actually wanted to be at.
Absolutely. And this was a fun adventure, to say the least. It's unbelievable that we actually got there.
Look, I would say it was an adventure. I'm going to hold I think the jury is out on whether it was fun or not.
That works. All right, sir. Well, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
No? Bye. Okay. Well, if anyone has any questions, well, I'll watch the chat for a couple minutes. Otherwise, thank you for sticking around with us. This code will eventually be out there, and there's blog posts and stuff all coming out of this too, because this everyone's going to need this eventually, and somebody had to pioneer this, and somebody probably already did, but I couldn't find it, so we figured it out ourselves.
Yeah. Hey, so for the next stream, if you could have like, this might be asking a lot, but like 3 or 4 small kube clusters.
Okay.
So that we can like iterate through this and make sure we can get like a from fresh cluster to have this working in like one step.
Got it.
Because we've made this cluster pretty messy. So I think we can do the initial dev work for it on this cluster, but then I want to deploy it a couple of times on some bare clusters and make sure that it works appropriately.
Wait a second. You're talking about doing some CI/CD? Hey, I got it right this time.
Hey, no, that's not CI/CD. That's just doing some manual validation.
Yeah. There you go. Isn't that what just Jenkins does? No? Okay.
The way you do Jenkins, yes.
Hey. All right.
King of the my test is just exit 0.
Hey, it works. It works every time.
Every time.
All right. Thank you, CZ.
See ya.
Bye.